At the edge of the Galactic Empire, thieves, criminals, bounty hunters, and other scoundrels are taking advantage of the recent rise of the Rebellion Alliance. Since losing the Death Star in the Battle of Yavin, the Galactic Empire turns all attention to quelling the rebellion. The residents of the Outer Rim now take full advantage of the distracted Imperials. A droid, a Rhodian doctor, a scavenger driver, and a smuggler turned self-appointed ship captain make up a ragtag crew on the run from the Hutts in a stolen VCX-100 light freighter. They are short on credits and long on the wrong type of attention. Join them as they forge their way in the Outer Rim in a galaxy far, far away.
Howdy, friends and floorheads. We've got episode 14 of The Good, the Scum, and the Villainy. When we last left our troopers, they were in a ship and headed out, and they had just hit their astronavigation, and they're roughly about 4 rounds away from being able to jump in out of light speed. But of course, things got complicated. They've got now an Imperial shuttle and 2 TIE fighters on their tail. So we'll have to see whether they can survive 4 rounds of that kind of fire before they're able to make the jump to Raxus Prime. Let's go and bring the cast in. How's everybody doing?
Good. Us now.
Hello.
All right, let's go ahead and let's start off with a Destiny pool. You should have in your chat. It should be asking for a roll.
Oh, it rolled doubles.
Yeah.
Like. That's weird.
Yeah, well, it only adds up 1 per, but it shows twice in the chat.
Okay,
that
good.
happened last time too.
Huh, that's weird. All right, so we've got 4 light side. We have got 3 dark side. So let's go ahead and have the camera fade in from black. We're going to fade in looking at the interior of the cargo hold of our ship. And there we have got sitting on crates up against the wall on the floor. It is completely crowded and packed full of survivors of the Sal Lenore. Ones that you were able to get them to escape with you after dealing with the Imperial bombardment, which led to an explosion. Thanks to Gal Lucia, he was able to take several stormtroopers with him. So as the camera fades in there, we can see Kratala and Zaish helping various survivors, the ones that had injuries and whatnot. The camera then goes and follows us to the cockpit. And sitting in the pilot's seat, we have, of course, our ship captain, Gal Lucia. And who's sitting next to you? Do we have anybody in the co-pilot seat? We got Cody. All right, so Dash is in the co-pilot seat. That's perfect. Where's B5 during all of this?
He is also in the cargo area. He's got some plant tentacles wrapped around him like a belt or a sash. He's got like a robot Nexu arm like buckled to his back because he hasn't just unloaded all this stuff yet.
Excellent. All right, so now the camera fades and takes us to an exterior shot. We see the Silent Winter as it flies over Chungala. Let's go ahead and take us there. Oop, wrong one. There we go. And we are followed by our Imperial shuttle, the Lambda shuttle, and 2 TIE fighters. I am going to go ahead and get us with some initiative. So give me just a moment. And I will roll everybody's initiative for them.
Can we talk about this?
All right. So as we have it, we're going to have, oh, it looks like it, oh, gosh darn it all. It messed us up here. Give me just 1 second. Yes, let's see. Your tokens are set to neutral. So let's go friendly, update token. Gal Lucia. Token. Friendly.
Friendly enough.
And then we'll re-roll this. It was all the way we had it set. It was all NPCs, which is not less than ideal. I think you guys should actually have a turn in this process.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm going to try that again. All right. Oh, good. It kept what we have there. So we have got 1 PC. Oh, no, we're missing a PC. So hold on a second. Let's.
Is someone a traitor?
No.
I saw Galvin.
Ooh,
Someone got shorted here. What the heck? All right. What we'll do is on the PC, the first PC slot, we'll have that as a double PC slot. All right. So let's set the mood. So the communication came over. They told you to land the ship. You refused.
No.
Which is not a huge surprise. And I'd be curious now what we're gonna do. So first, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 NPC slots before the first PC gets to go.
What did we all roll?
I
don't even see
no, it
actual
hasn't
rolls
rolled
next
yours
to
yet.
ours.
Hold on.
Ah, thank
Oh, so that
goodness.
makes it a little bit better. Hold
Yeah,
on a second.
that's a lot better.
There
Let's
we
get some.
go.
So maybe some activations in here.
There we go. All right, so 3 NPC slots. All right, so not nearly as bad as I thought.
Well,
We're going to start off with the TIE Fighter. The TIE Fighter is going to take a shot at you. What are the... someone bring up the Silent Winter for me and give me an idea of the defenses. I think you have defense 1, right?
Yes, all sides.
Which is going to give them a setback. So we're going to put in there. Difficulty is going to be 2. They're going to get a setback from defense. And their gunnery skill. Here is our first shot.
Oh boy.
That's a
Yay.
phenomenal start, right? So we got a success, 1 success with 3 threat and a triumph. I'm gonna go ahead. It's gonna be 7 damage. What is the armor on the Winter?
3.
3.
All right, so we're gonna take 4 damage to the ship,
And let's go ahead and do a crit.
Oh boy.
They've knocked out the air conditioning.
So we're going to engine damage. Give me just a second.
Well,
Add that.
We really don't have a good track record against TIE fighters.
So engine damage. Shipper vehicle's maximum speed reduced by 1 to a minimum of 1 until repaired. Let's go ahead and drop that on the ship. All right. So that takes care of my first TIE pilot. My next TIE pilot is going to do the exact same thing.
Hopefully not the exact.
hopefully not
same.
exactly the same thing. Reach to it.
Can we use some of those threats to be rolled for black dice on this one?
Sure. Let's go ahead and let's add a setback. Let's do this. Let's say that the first shot's fired, hit the ship, and the way that you adjusted from that firing of the ship kind of veers into the second tie, right? And we'll add an additional setback there. I like it.
Just a lot of black smoke
Just
and
black
sparks
smoke.
blocking his view.
Exactly.
So we're on a wavelength today.
Oh man.
All right,
Thanks,
another
Greg.
success. 2 successes and 1 advantage. That's the medium laser cannon come from the second tie. It fires on the ship. It hits the ship for 8 minus the armor. What is the situation right now with our ship?
Bad things happening.
Not good.
Well, there's black smoke pouring out of the back into the window of the shuttle right now.
So how much damage versus its max?
I can't
That
edit
was
it.
it's got 3 armor. Yeah, me neither. We
Should
had
be able to see
5
it on the
damage
ship. Are
already.
we marking it on
Did-
the ship?
Did we add it prior? Because I think I can try and edit. I just edited it.
Yep,
Okay,
you should be able to do it. So
so
you have it, yeah,
before
a
it just
total
got
of
added.
32 threshold.
So
So we're at
it
9
looks
of
like we're at
32.
14 of 32. Because we
All
had
right,
damage on it prior.
Yep.
All right, so now we have the first shot being fired by the Lambda shuttle, and it's going to be from the twin blaster cannons. Let's go ahead and set that. This is going to get a boost because of the advantage that we had off the last one. And that is a miss.
Lovely.
So
Final.
luckily, Lucia is able to veer the ship off, and the Lambda shuttle cannons are not able to hit the ship at all. That takes us now to our first PC slot.
Should
I-
Dash
are
go
we-
into the?
Yeah, I was gonna say we're fighting this.
I mean, it's
Well,
the entire
apparently
crew
we've got
before they
4
go.
turns before we can. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's the entire
Oh,
Yeah,
crew
you'll be
before-
jumping
Oh, no,
at,
right.
at the end of turn 4. The ship is going to jump to light speed.
Yeah, so we're fighting for 4 turns.
Okay.
Doing great.
Unless you want to like try to.
So
Navigate
who wants to
through
take the first
trees.
slot?
I'll do it.
I don't think that it would affect anything if I did or not.
Captain jumps
fair.
into action here.
Gal,
he's
what's
gonna
your
just
plan?
I don't recall there being this much smoke in the cockpit. All right, hey, buddy, Dash, could you get in the little thing and start shooting things before we all die? Hey, B5, stop scaring the children with your trophies and please get on a gun. Thank you, love you. We'll do evasive maneuvers. And fire discipline is my action? Yes. Using leadership.
And let's remind people what fire discipline does.
I give a blue die to the next ally firing a weapon on the ship. If I happen to get 3 advantages, they inflict system strain as well.
Excellent.
Assuming I can do that.
And what's the difficulty on the leadership roll?
3.
3
There
purple.
it is. Yep. There we go.
Nice.
That was a success with 1 advantage. So that's going to pass a boost die to the next people that fire. Is it just the next one that fires, or everybody that fires this turn? I think it's everybody, isn't it?
I need more, I think, successes. I need 2 successes for it to be able to pass it on to multiple people. So
Got it.
Just
got
one.
it. All right. Just the one. So what does fire discipline look like? What does Lucia say that is going to get somebody jazzed up?
I think B5 is going to be the one getting on the gun here. So it's just going to be like, hey, B5, try shooting them on the right side, because I heard that most stormtroopers are left-handed, so...
All right, great. And then the maneuver, you're going to do evasive maneuvers, right?
Yes.
All right, so let's go ahead and do a piloting check.
What's my difficulty?
So the handling is -3, so you need to add 3 setback. And then the difficulty is just going to be average 2 purple.
Jeez.
There we go.
All right, a success. So what that does is passes an additional setback to anybody firing at you, correct? But it also adds a setback to you firing as well. All right, so that takes care of Gal. We've got another PC slot. Who's next?
Am I able to? I'm probably able to get into the ship and launch it at this point. But that's
As a
about
full
it.
turn, we can have. Yep, as a full turn, we can have you pop out the Winter Storm. You want to go ahead and do that for this?
Yeah, Dash is gonna quickly, after his orders, spin around in the chair, frantically sprint towards the auxiliary fighter. Can just hop in it.
Do you want to wait until we have more NPCs going after this and before the next PC slot, right?
Could be a good
Yeah, we could.
deterrent. That's the only thing
Fair.
I'm thinking.
Yeah. Okay.
To take
sure.
some fire off of us.
Yeah, maybe you'll probably be harder to hit too. So
Great.
okay. Yeah.
So
go ahead.
Dash, you go up the ladder. You get inside. You get inside the ship. Walk me through what it looks like for you disembarking.
Yeah, he's got similar to the Millennium Falcon little charms on top. He's got some sort of little charm, gives it a nice smooch, and just prays that he's making it back alive. And he launches it just as fast as he can get out, straight into the Lambda and ties.
Beautiful. All right, so I've got now another NPC slot. We're going to fire another shot from the Lambda shuttle. This is going to be using the twin light blaster cannons. It's going to be an additional setback because of the wonderful evasive maneuvers coming from Gal Lucia. 2 ability die, 2 difficulty, 2 setback. The Lambda shuttle starts firing shots. But, Lucia, what do you do to avoid being fired on?
I'll try spinning. That's a
Do a barrel roll.
No. Spinning like horizontally, just
like a
I-
top.
around. Like a top, yeah.
like a skipping stone.
worked.
Yeah.
So we see Lucia. The shots are coming from the Lambda shuttle. Lucia comes in and he starts turning the ship this way, and we then cut to the cargo hold, and we see the crate, and all of the passengers are like, "What?" And they fall to the side, and it really completely seems out of nowhere. Lucia's got total control. Gal's got total control of the ship. He's doing a perfect barrel roll. And then, because from the exterior, we see him stall at about 2/3 of the way through the barrel roll. And we cut back to the interior, and we see his hands off of the stick because his lap is now full of Bargos the cat, who wants some attention.
No, just grabbing onto something stable.
Ow, 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 ow. I love you too, buddy. Not appropriate time right now. Ow.
And then we see him grab the stick again once he gets Bargos off his lap, and we finish the barrel roll. Continuing the shot is gone. All right, so now we're gonna have another PC slot.
All right, I'll run it unless Zaish, you wanted to go.
No, after you.
Okay, yeah, I'll run and get into the aft, or I guess the top turret. I'm not
Great.
able to actually roll the dice from the
which
ship.
you can actually. So if you go to the ship, and
Yep.
you're going to be using the twin light laser cannons, and you should be
Yep.
able. Oh, but it doesn't give you the gunnery skill. That's weird. All right, so we'll
I can't
remember
find
it's. Yeah, just do
the
it
other
from
one
your
either,
gunnery.
so-
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we just know it's
So it's
5
just 5
damage, 3
damage.
crit. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
And are you firing on a TIE fighter, or are you firing on a Lambda shuttle?
Well, Gal said TIE fighters, so I'm gonna aim for one of those.
Excellent.
Let's stay the upper
So
one.
you're going to have just one setback because of the frantic nature and the rolling of the evasive maneuvers. It'll be just your straight gunnery. It's silhouette 3 to your silhouette 5, so it's going to be 3 purple difficulty.
You also have
Okay.
a boost from Gal.
That's right. And you have a boost from
Yes.
Gal.
Okay.
Firing.
Dead.
Oh, it says you rolled a private.
Oh, oops. Well, 2 successes, 1 advantage, if you can believe it. I can take a screenshot and share it.
I believe you.
Dice
So-
roll thing before I forget.
So that's total of 7 damage. With its 2 armor, it's going to take 5 damage. So this fires, it shoots, and we see smoke trailing off the one TIE fighter. It has been almost completely crippled. That takes care of B5. I've got another NPC shot. We've got one last shot coming from the Lambda shuttle. It again is going to have 2 setbacks. Fires upon the ship.
Ugh,
This time succeeding. It's going to be a total of 5 damage minus the armor
that's not too bad.
and
2 damage.
no advantages. So it fires, hits the ship. We see the ship kind of buckle to the firing from the Lambda shuttle as we continue on. Last PC slot. Zaish.
And I had an advantage on my roll. I'd like to pass on if possible.
Great.
As an incidental, Zaish is going to say, don't worry, all of this craziness usually happens whenever we are fired upon by the Empire. We'll deal with it momentarily. And I'm going to run off to go do damage control and nick some of Dash's loose tools and try to do some really quick repairs.
So I'm
Just-
imagining Zaysh runs to the repair bay, you know, where the tools and the workshop is, and opens up the cabinet where the tools are, and they just all fall out because Dash never puts things away the way they should be.
But it's that thing
But
where
also,
it's
the
like,
ship just spun around.
it makes complete sense to Dash.
Yes.
Anyone else coming in, it's like my files at work.
I'm picturing this happening with the voiceover going, "Does this ever happen to you?"
It's all gray.
There has to be a better way.
All right, so Zaysh, you
Zay-
grab some tools. Where are you going to try to do some repairing?
Look, the engines just got shot. Let's try them.
So you
Well,
come
make
into
it-
the engine room. What's the condition of the engine room right now?
It doesn't look good, does it? There's like holes and stuff. Holes aren't supposed to be
Mostly
in
not
this
on
ship.
fire.
There's a whole laser blast. That's really gonna ruin our deposit on this stolen ship.
All right, so this is going to be an average mechanics check for you, and so that'll be 2 purple, but you're going to get a boost passed along from the successful firing on the TIE fighter. I wonder how that boost. What do you think happened when you shot the TIE fighter B5 that's going to give Zaysha a boost to the repairs?
Well, what if like the very slight, almost imperceptible kickback of firing the cannon actually knocked something loose in the engine room that actually like revealed something that needed to be repaired?
I love it. The panel flops down, and there's like, oh, that's the
Yeah,
problem.
it's like, oh hey,
All right,
Well,
so let's see
there's
that
your
mechanics
problem
check.
right there. Oh, that. So I'm gonna do a quick reroll because it. I couldn't get the
Take it.
the things didn't load in, so I only saw
Hey.
like the 2 different things, so I didn't see that I was accidentally rolling red dice.
Well, I'm happy if you want to keep it this way. That's gonna.
yeah,
Oh,
allow you to-
cool.
that maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you had 3
Yeah.
successes, so if we want to go ahead and repair 3 to the hull damage.
I'll take that. I'm gonna
And-
use the 2 advantages to like as I'm fussing around with the engine itself, like we get a weird kind of kick of speed. So I'm gonna pass an advantage over to Gal doing piloting stuff.
Perfect. All right, so we are now at round 2 at the top of the thing. We're gonna my one TIE pilot who is not doing so hot is going to attempt to fire at the ship.
We are at 13 hull currently.
Hit me.
Heads up.
13.
13 out of 32.
So the TIE fighter took a hit. We see the smoke trailing off. We see him trying to get the ship back behind there, and he's going to fire on the Winter Storm.
I do have 1 defense.
You do. Okay, so that creates another setback for him. So he fires on the newly released fighter and misses. Why did he miss?
I think Dash is just completely pumped to actually be able to get in the Winter Storm again and finish off some opponents, and so he is gunning it as fast as he can. But he may have forgotten to hit like some sort of like gravity button that makes the ship actually stay in the sky. So the ship actually starts just dipping as he scrambles to push it.
So we see just the dropping, right? And right before it gets to the trees, you pull it back up again just in time, scraping. We see some branches scrape along the bottom of the fighter itself. And as you're pulling up, we see the second TIE fighter coming in and taking aim. So let's have that second TIE fighter take a pop shot at you.
And if it's shooting me
This
from the
is-
front, I have 1 defense. Any other angle, I don't have defense.
Yeah, so it's narratively speaking, it just means it's 1 defense all the way around.
Okay.
It's never real clear in the rules why they have it set up that way, because it's not a gridded fight, right? It's a completely narrative fight that happens. So
I
that's
think
going to be
gain the
2
advantage.
setbacks.
Does
Alright.
that.
What's one more time?
Gain the advantage, you can negate the shielding. If there's like 1 on the front, you can use the gain the advantage action and shoot at the side of the fighter.
Very nice.
Mm.
Very nice. All right, so the TIE fighter takes a shot at the Silent Winter.
Oh no.
All right, so that is going to be a total of 8 damage. And it's not enough to crit. Oh no, he didn't. He got 1 threat.
That's
So he's
threat.
going to be on it. Yeah, he's going to take that as strain damage. All right, so second TIE fighter does hit you. What happens?
Yeah, the fact that I'm struggling near the trees kind of makes me an easier target for the second one, and my right wing is smoking as I rip the fighter up into the sky directly
at-
at the damaged TIE fighter.
And you're in trouble. You're at 6 of 12 already.
Yeah, we're
All
doing
right.
all right.
We're doing just fine. Just doing fine. All right, Lambda Shuttle is going to fire on the main ship. It unleashes a torrent of blaster fire comes from at the ship. Gal, you get hit, my friend. It's going to be 5 damage to the ship minus any armor. And he's going to take that threat as damage. But now we have our first PC slot, our next 2 PC slots, actually.
Did the
Who's
TIE
going
fighter take a
first
threat as damage?
It did.
Okay. I'm open to either taking a shot first or having piloting or having.
I think I
Not
might
Dash
be able
kind of-
to take out that damaged TIE fighter. Not that it can act again.
Okay,
I
go
don't think
for
I
it.
can do anything to the Lambda yet, but
Go for it, Dash.
yeah, he's first he's gonna take the evasive act. Can I shoot before?
No,
taking
dude.
evasive
Yeah,
action?
shoot first.
Yeah,
I wasn't
shoot
sure
first.
like the distance here.
Yep.
Yeah, so he's gonna shoot first. What are we?
I wrapped
I'm
him up for you,
imagining
Dash.
everybody's in short distance, so everybody's on top of each other right now. So,
Okay.
so that is it'll be an average difficulty because you're the same size.
Okay.
So, and then it has no shields, so no additional setbacks.
And I'm just rolling gunnery, right?
Correct.
Okay.
But you should be able to run it right from the
I
ship.
wasn't able to.
Oh, okay. All right. So it's 5 damage with a 3
so it's 10
crit.
damage.
So you
Boom.
pull up. The second TIE fighter, the undamaged TIE fighter, comes in, fires, hits the right wing. You nick off and kind of end up like almost a 180. And as you come around, the damaged TIE fighter, easy to shoot at you. The smoke on there and is pew pew boom. So we take out one of the TIE
Right
fighters.
up the exhaust port.
Right. And I will take the evasive action maneuver.
Great.
I think that is it for me.
That is it. That is it for you. So that takes care of Dash. Who's our next PC?
Go.
Maybe I should shoot before we do evasive maneuver, so I don't get the penalty though.
Well, you're still going to get the
We still
penalty
have
until
it.
Gal goes.
Oh, so it just goes and okay, sure. Then
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we're still in evasive maneuvers.
Yes.
Now, the one key here is that there's going to be another PC slot or NPC before the next PC goes, and it'll be the Lambda shuttle, right? All that's left are the 2 people on the Lambda shuttle.
Okay. I'll
So who wants to take this next slot? Gal?
Yeah.
Okay. So for a maneuver, you're going to take evasive
Make some
maneuvers.
maneuvers. Yep.
Yeah, and you don't need to roll for that. That's just a done
Okay.
deal, right? We
right.
messed that up. I made you roll for it last time, and I shouldn't have.
Okay.
What do you want to do for your action?
Fire discipline, of course.
Okay, great.
All right. Leadership. 3 difficulty. And I got a boost from Zaish, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
What I'm imagining is that boost comes from is like there's a series of red lights on the dashboard, and just one of them goes green for you. All right. So, what was our uninspiring speech, sir, with that failure?
Wow. Ow.
Hey, B5, try shooting the other one now. Good job, buddy. Wait, hold on. Zaysh in the engine room?
I was thinking the same thing.
I told him to stay out of there.
I'm not destroying anything this time, I think.
I don't believe you.
Okay.
All right. So Lambda shuttle firing on the main ship. We got setbacks from the
What about the advantages?
shields. Oh yeah, what do you want to do with those advantages, Gal?
I'll pass one along and take the other one off my strain.
Okay,
Yeah.
so drop your strain by 1, and then you've got a boost coming to the next PCE.
Mhm.
All right, so the Lambda shuttle fires. We see the laser coming from the front of the Lambda shuttle, again hitting the back engines. So we're going to do 5 damage minus the armor. And it
I'm
will
glad their
take
weapon kinda
the
sucks.
system strain for the threat. That brings us to another PC. Who's going next? We've got B5 and Zaysh.
You
I'll
go
go.
right ahead. You do
So
the
I'm
murders.
gonna aim and then shoot the other TIE fighter as the captain suggested.
Excellent.
So we've
So
got
you're going to
I've
get a
got one
boost,
boost,
2 boosts. Yep.
2 boosts. How many setbacks? 1 for evasive
Uh,
maneuvers.
And are you firing at the other TIE fighter?
Yeah.
Okay, so it has no shield, so it's just the 1 setback from the evasive maneuvers.
Okay. And then 3 difficulty.
Correct, because it's smaller than you.
Okay. Yay.
Yeah.
All right, so what's the damage on that?
It's 5, so 6
5.
total.
All right, so you fire, does a good bit of damage. We again see the right panel on it. We see pieces of the panel come off as you fire on it. We start to see it shake and wobble in the air as the TIE pilot is trying to, in his little death trap. Those TIE fighters are just death traps, trying
Yep.
to regain control. And we see the TIE fighter regain control on that. We've got one more shot being fired from the Lambda shuttle.
Do we want to use a light side to give them a red? Could provide some interesting
Yes, let's do that. I like that idea.
hackery.
All right, let's go and
Opportunity
flip the
for
light side
despair.
point. And I'm
Heck
going
'em
to
right up.
upgrade the difficulty.
Come on,
It fires.
despair.
Ah, damn it!
Still failed.
You saw it
Still
too.
failed. Hooray!
Well, good.
So, Gal, how do you avoid these? Shots from the Lambda?
We'll say this is completely unintentional because he grabbed Bargos out of his lap and threw him to the co-pilot seat, forgetting that there are ship controls in the co-pilot seat as well, which the cat lands on and immediately turns us into a hard bank. To the right. And he's just
And
like,
normally
fine,
those
it's just
controls-
going straight.
Understandably, the Lambda shuttle was not anticipating that, so it was firing where you were, not where you were headed. So we see the
Yeah,
laser shots
the,
come off the Lambda. Go ahead.
The controls are like weight sensitive, so somebody has to be sitting in the chair, but Bargos is fat enough that it takes a person.
See all
All
the
right.
cargo in the cargo bay and people just slide to the left now.
All right, Zaysh.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep on top of these repairs.
All right, so the current situation is we're at 17 of 32, so you're right at half. So that'll be an average difficulty mechanics check. I'm going to give you a setback, though, because of all the moving and shaking that's been going on. So if you'd add a setback die for me.
That is understandable. I also feel like there's a little bit of like grumbling and Rodian of like, oh yes, of course, all I do is mess things up in this car.
You're also probably just hearing Gal screaming at the cat right now.
All right, so you're going to, let's drop the hull damage down by 2. What did we fix this time, Zaysh?
Good.
I don't know, some sort of motivator. Those
always
are
the
things in
motivator.
Star Wars.
Exactly.
Somehow
All right,
finding a way
so-
to give motivation to an engine. Just doing therapy, but with tools, really.
All right, so round 3. We're at the top of the top of the round. We've got another TIE fighter shooting on the Silent Winter. I'm sorry, on the Winter Storm.
Can I
Same
flip a light side?
size. You sure can.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that because I don't want to get shot out of the sky right now.
Please
Yeah,
don't
these,
die.
these
All
TIE
right.
fighter guns are.
We're gonna upgrade the difficulty.
Really
and I have
put it
defense
on
1.
this entire session.
Defense 1 and upgrade the its evasive action is +1 purple for all attacks.
Got it.
It's +1 purple.
It says upgrade purple +1 purple for all attacks made by ship.
All right, this is 8 damage again as it fires and hits you. What is your situation?
Not good. Yeah, I think that's my whole trauma right there.
Well, we didn't. We didn't
does it
instantly
take
blow
you
up the
to-
last time.
Did it take you right to the limit or over the threshold?
8 damage takes me right to it.
Okay, so you're still flying, but cannot take another shot.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. My other wing is now completely engulfed in flames. Dash doesn't seem to be phased by it. He's kind of in the moment, enjoying himself. Some sort of sick pleasure.
All right, Lambda shuttle is going to fire as well on the Winter. And once again, Galucia is able to dodge that series of firing from the Lambda shuttle. That takes us to our first PC slot. Who's taking it?
Can we maneuver the Silent Winter to like try to catch the Winter Storm if it's falling out of the sky?
Yeah, we can do. You can do 2 maneuvers, and you can dock the Storm again. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah. I mean, we're at what, round 3 currently?
For 3, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, we've got
Yeah.
one more round here.
Yeah, Dash is gonna snap out of it and look at his wings and holy shit. Just instantly gun it.
So we see you coming to the back. We see you slide in and dock immediately. The cabin is filled with smoke. Pop open the hatch to the Winter Storm, and we just see the smoke billowing out into the hallways, coming from you as we see Dash drop down with just the black soot on his face and on his jacket.
He had goggles on,
Right.
so the only thing without black soot is his goggle line.
Exactly. Exactly. Lambda Shuttle's going to take another shot. It is struggling to fire upon you. So once again, we're able to outmaneuver the shuttle, and we do not take any damage from the shots.
That looks like
All
a
right.
success to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2
That looks
success.
like 2 successes.
Oh, was it success? Oh shoot,
Yeah.
it was.
No
You're right, I'm
takesy
sorry.
backsies.
Yep, 6 damage.
Yeah, we already described this dramatic dodge.
Yeah,
So
you said it.
Well, it was amazing because the first series of shots he was able to completely maneuver, and then he goes right into the last shot.
Mm.
So let's go ahead and take 6 damage,
Yep.
minus the armor. I've got. I owe you a PC slot, so you got 2 PC slots here. Dash is gone. I've got Galzation B5.
I'm good to fire at any point in the round, so I can do that now or wait.
Let me try and give you a boost first.
Okay.
Attempt to. So obviously we're going to evade. Attempt to.
Okay. You
And
don't need to
then
roll
we-
for that, so that's done.
Yes.
Your evasive maneuvers.
And we'll attempt another fire discipline. Okay, let's see. 3 Dang it.
You're so uninspiring. I need a new one. I need a new, less than inspiring speech, Galaxia.
Mhm.
All right, B5. The other TIE fighter is wounded now. What I want you to get off my face!
Disabling communications.
I turn my communicator off.
All right, so I've got another PC
Distracting
slot.
me.
Who's going to take it? B5 or Zaish?
Maybe try to do the repairs, I guess. Or, I mean, are we in danger of blowing up? Probably not, so it doesn't matter. I'll go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
and then
you wanna
I will aim.
TIE fighter or the shuttle?
I'll go for the TIE fighter because their guns piss me off.
Lucia, Gal needs to take two strain, please, for the threats
Tiny scratches.
from the cat.
So I did not know that evasive maneuver upgraded the difficulty. So
normally this would be a 3 purple. It's going to end up being 4 purple,
yeah.
but no setbacks because there's no shield.
Setbacks, and I'm going to aim for a boost.
Perfect. Are you going to flip a light side?
It doesn't look very good looking at the die colors. The dice colors. I just feel like we might want those light side points for later, so I guess no.
All right, so go ahead and upgrade the difficulty for me.
I mean, might as well at this point. It's unlikely to hit either way, so I'll take the light side point back. Wow, all not a single success or failure.
Yeah, it was. Look at that. It was all threats and advantages. So you fire on the TIE
I don't even
fighter.
fire.
It ends up being able to avoid all fires it goes through. We've got one more shot from the Lambda shuttle firing on the ship.
Could have used that boost, I guess.
Subtle jab.
All right, so this is going to be another 6 damage as it hits the winter storm. What is our situation, Dash?
We're at 21 out of 32. So I would imagine where our engine, the crit was not fixed correctly.
Correct.
Correct. Yeah, I imagine our engines are in pretty rough shape at this point.
Which brings us to Zaish.
So Zaish is going to take half of a maneuver to poke his head out at like the gush of new black smoke, see Dash emerging from the winter storm, be like, okay, that makes sense, and then the other half to pop right back and do some
Just glad it's not our ship or the main ship.
All right,
You know,
so that's going to
sometimes you
be
just
3 purple mechanics check, my friend, with 1 setback.
Come on. There we go. And a setback.
You repair nothing. But you do have an advantage. How do you want to use that advantage?
How would be an interesting way of doing this? Okay. So Dash is gonna hear like a lot of harsh Rhodian words to kind of give the idea of things aren't looking so great. Which spurs people on to greater action. Next person gets a boost.
I like it because of bad Rhodian words.
Yeah.
All right, that takes us to our last round. We
It's
only
filthy.
need to survive this last round. We've got our TIE fighter now firing on the main ship. It circles around, coming from the front this time, firing right at Lucia. So you see the TIE fighter coming right directly at you. And hits both to the left and to the right of the cockpit. So that's going to be 9 damage minus the armor.
Did you upgrade
What is
that for the...
27 out of 32.
I did not upgrade that. Let me roll another purple real quick. All right, so that just adds a threat. So it gives us 3 threats. Okay, so we're going to add that to the system strain on the TIE fighter. And now we're going to, my gunner from the Lambda shuttle is going to try to take you out of the sky. Before that happens, though, the green message light comes on the dash.
Oh, we got a text.
You up?
Hello,
Take a
hello.
U-turn
About to
whenever
not be in-
possible.
You're under Imperial orders to land the ship.
Captain Galucia cannot come to the phone right now. Please leave a message after the beep.
Are you there? Sir, I don't think he can hear us. We're getting a machine.
All right, he goes ahead and fires.
Dang it.
Can we use
we do a light
Can we
side?
use a point now to? Yeah.
Yeah, you want to upgrade that difficulty?
Yeah.
All right, so let's flip a light side.
Oh, come on.
Oh my goodness.
7 damage.
Hey, we're
still in the
under our
sky.
threshold.
All
At
right,
one
so that
point.
was the worst of it. We've got 2 PC slots. This is our last round. We can hear the jump drive start to kick in, the whirring.
I think we should at least sort of have at least one round of healing because I think we've got another gunner to go.
Yeah.
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 So, manual repairs is that mechanics?
That's the
Yes,
athletics check.
Yeah, so it's an athletics check. What I like to do is I see no reason why you can't go and do an actual mechanics check, which
Okay.
is what we've been doing with Zay. So if you want to run into the engine room with Zay, you're more than welcome to, Dash.
Yeah, I think Zaish, when he kind of poked his head out, Dash was like, "Oh God, Zaish is in the engine room again." He sprints in. He's gonna sprint in and try and at first he's like, "Wow, he's pretty good," and try and roll a mechanics check to
All right, that's gonna be 3 purple with a setback.
3 purple.
Oh yeah,
and
that's
I
just damage
dropped-
control.
I dropped
want-
1 setback, so it should be no black, and then I think I get a boost, right? From Zaish.
Yes.
Okay, great. Yep, that's right. So Zaish points to a panel. That's
I
ready
don't
to go.
want to. I don't want to distract you too much, but we really need to talk about you cataloging your tools.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm a mechanic, but I'm a mechanic only in title.
All right, so last NPC.
I'm gonna pass the advantage on to the next person who goes here.
So this is
Sorry,
it. This is the last NPC slot before you guys jump. He is going to go ahead and use a dark side,
Ugh.
and he
Well,
fires.
if he's using dark side, it should backfire on him.
Haha!
So here's what we see happen. We see the Lambda shuttle get close, start firing, and some of the shots do hit, but nothing that does enough damage. We see the winter shaking as smoke starts trailing off of the engines themselves. We have got Zaish left before you jump. Zaish, what do you want to do?
And
I'm gonna show Dash up.
You have a boost. Dash is like, look,
Just-
I haven't been able to figure this out, so maybe you can.
you have 2 boosts.
Okay.
That's a lot of
One
blank dice.
repair.
Stace just takes a screwdriver and just kind of bonk. And then there's like a little bit of flickering. One green light goes on. Nods, somewhat satisfied.
So the camera from the interior of the engine room, as we're seeing some repairs going on, as Zaysh kind of pushes Dash out of the way. You're able to connect some of the wires. We see sparks flying out. We hear the hyperdrive start. We go to the exterior. We can see the winter just coming out of the atmosphere and then takes off.
We made
You
it.
survived.
With minimal brain damage.
Not too bad. So the jump itself, you guys are going to be at Raxus Prime in about 24 hours is how long it's going to take. So you guys have a full day. So let's go ahead and clear out any strain that we have.
Are we
dropping
taking-
off?
Yeah. We're doing our like little side thing to drop off some refugees.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So let's make that happen halfway through the trip to the Rhodian drop off. I forgot about that. Now, what are we doing with Kratala? Are we dropping her off as well?
I need her.
No.
I think we kind of need her.
Okay. All right. So let's clear out that strain. So everybody can clear out their strain. And anything we want to do on this jump?
Cry.
Fix the winter storm.
Yeah, they're just physically holding the ship together in hyperdrive.
Yeah. So you want to do a repair on the storm?
I think so because it's essentially out of order, I would imagine.
Yeah. So let's do a 3 difficulty mechanics check.
Okay.
While that's happening, Kratala
Can Zaysh
works
help
her
him
way
with
in.
that?
Sure. Or Zaysh can do his own version of it, so he can do a separate mechanics check. So as Zaysh and Dash go up to work on the fighter itself,
Oh, it will.
very nice. So that's going to repair 2, and then Zaysh,
Was-
you can do the same.
Was he helping?
Krat-
or-
No, he's going to do his own repair. That's better for you guys. More potential successes. Kratala works her way to the main cabin, and she comes in on Gal. She says, "Where are we headed? What's the plan?"
So we're going to stop and drop off the refugees, and then we are going to go to Raxus Prime.
Why are you taking me to Raxus Prime? Why don't you just have me go? Just drop me off with everybody else. I think our business is done here.
I would rather to get on Rome's good side than his bad side. So we need you. Or at least something to give him so this doesn't seem like a complete failure.
We blew up all my technologies. All right, so we're gonna need a charm check.
You blew up all your technology. I'm like B5 is listening like right outside the cockpit door.
Difficulty?
Give me just 1 second, and I'll tell you. Let me find Miss Kratala. So it is going to be against 3 purple.
Nice.
So you don't convince her. She says, no, drop me off. And she pulls a small holdout blaster and points it to your head. She goes, you're going to drop me off with everybody else. How do you want to use that triumph?
I want to say that Gal knows that she didn't get rid of everything, and we're going to save that triumph for him attempting to either pickpocket it off of her or steal it from wherever she's stashed.
All right. So here's exactly what happens. So you tell her, the whole speech about how you need to give Rome something. She reaches into her jacket. It's not in that pocket. She reaches in the other pocket. And as Gal is seeing her reach into the pocket for the gun, we see Gal reach into his jacket and hold it up to her.
Okay. All right. We go with it. Oh. Yoink.
Is Rome tied to the Imperials at all?
No.
And there's no
What?
Imperial presence on Raxus Prime?
There's a lot of Imperial presence on Raxus Prime. That's fine because they don't expect us to be there. We know how to go around that. Trust me.
She storms out. She slams the cockpit door closed as she slams out. She kind of
No,
pushes
no.
B5.
I step in front of her before
Okay.
she gets out the door.
She goes, am I a
I'm
prisoner
kind of just
now? Is that what's happening?
I'm looking at Gal, I guess, to confirm that she can wander off.
Let her go. Just keep an eye on her, please.
Yeah, I get out of her way then, but I am following her
So
at a distance.
She heads back to the cargo hold. She explains to everybody what's happening, that she's going to stay on the ship, that she doesn't have a choice. But hopefully the rest of you will all be safe. So we're going to go to a montage of you guys landing on this Rhodian planet, dropping off the survivors into good hands. We're then going to go back to the ship. We jump back into light speed. And you guys were given very specific instructions on where to come out of light speed. So we see the streaks stop and as you come out of light speed. And you're far away, but you can see Raxus Prime. And Raxus Prime is a junk planet. So where it looks just like rust, just this huge rusted planet from where you are. And the instructions had a very specific path for you to take near the center equator. And once there was a very specific path to take on the ground through all of that. So, Gal, we're going to condense that all down to one pilot check. The handling is -3 on the ship, so it's going to be 3 setbacks.
There's one other thing I wanted to do over the
Please.
course of the journey. I have the parts for making new credentials for the ship, which I feel like would help with us navigating this safely. So I want to do the computers check to get that situated.
Perfect.
Under a new name.
What?
All right, let's
No.
go do an average computers check. What is the new name of the ship going to be?
The new name of the ship, because of
Violent
course Zaish is doing this, so of course it's going to be pretentious and ridiculous. It is the Endymion.
Okay, excellent. Let's go ahead and change the name of the ship.
All right. It's just for this one trip. We don't have to scrap all the branding. It's just for this one thing.
Yeah, no, you're still doing this behind Gal's back.
Yes, I'm aware. Yeah.
We have a new ship. So we come out of hyperspace and we get into the atmosphere of Raxus Prime, exactly where we're supposed to. And the surface is just covered in rusted metal. There is a toxic liquid that runs all throughout the planet. Rivers and lakes of it are all around the planet. We see the ship come down, following those instructions exactly as they were laid out to you. And we see the ship kind of go into essentially a canyon and start to fly through this canyon. While it's doing that, we do see Imperial TIE fighters flying above you. So let's go ahead and do that piloting check. So that's going to be 2 purple with 3 setbacks. Go ahead.
I think Dash might be better doing this, and I'll just assist him, maybe with like a shoulder rub or something.
You can get Bargos out of the cockpit. That'll
Okay.
So Dash shows up in the cockpit, and what is this? The change in the captain's chair look like?
I look down at the chair and see it's covered in Bargos's hair, and just I don't even want to question it. I'm just like, this is too much for me right now. I swivel down and just take over the controls, and I think I can cancel all of the setback because I have.
Wow.
Yes, I have 2 skilled jockey.
Very nice.
Yeah, Dash is definitely better for this.
So I can
Yeah, just
cancel
2
out
purple.
2 of the setback. Then
All right, so 2 purple and 1 black.
is this space or planetary?
It's always going to be space whenever you're flying this ship,
Gotcha.
regardless of where you're flying it. So Dash pilots the ship through. There's some tight spaces, but you're able to navigate through this canyon. We see just these arcing, rusted extensions coming off the sides of the canyon. You're able to navigate through it, and eventually you get to the location. And as the ship is approaching, what you see is essentially a peninsula in this huge toxic lake. We see the winter. I'm sorry. The what's the name of the ship?
Endymion.
The Endymion. We see the Endymion looking a lot like the winter begin to lower, and it lands at the designated landing pad on the peninsula. What are we going to do?
Well, let's hope this goes well.
I feel like that's
Who's coming
sort of always our directive is hope things go well.
I'm gonna.
You guys are on the ship.
Would
Yes,
I?
Cortalo's with you.
Would we have Rome's any sort of like comm link to Rome?
You do.
Yeah, let's email him quick.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and do a comm link to him and just say, Rome, where we have arrived. Can you state your location?
Do I need to send a crew to pick up all of the equipment that you salvaged?
That doesn't sound like Rome.
Yeah,
Not at all.
I'm gonna like mouth that to Gal. Like, that doesn't sound
Oh, that's right. I picked the wrong one.
Yeah.
Oh,
it has
try
to
that
happen
again.
once. Once
about
per
to say, this
encounter.
suspect.
So, Rome actually, give me that. That's not. You don't need to be talking to them. Rome
His
says,
girlfriend.
"Do I need to send? You've made it here safe. That makes me happy. Do I need to send a crew to pick up all of the equipment that you salvaged?"
We got something
No,
even
we can
better.
carry everything.
You have something even better. What does that even mean?
It's a surprise.
Very well. Very well. My assistant will be there. He'll meet you at the landing pad.
Bye.
And you guys see a human come up onto the landing pad, and he's waiting for you to drop the ramp.
Gonna go do that thing.
So what are we doing?
Gonna drop the ramp. Go outside. Bring
Okay,
our friend
the ramp-
Cortala.
Cortala reluctantly is going with you. IT is standing there in the cargo bay.
Oh, yeah, him.
Should
I
I
forgot
stay
you
here?
existed.
That happens a lot.
You want to come
I
with?
assume we're all going.
Of course, I would love to see Rome again. Happy to come along.
All right.
So that means the 6 of you come down the ramp. Bargos tries to escape. Luckily, Gal catches him right before he escapes down the ramp and puts him back in his room. At the bottom is a human man in kind of white robes. He's standing there at the bottom, and the first things you notice about him are his eyes. Both of his eyes are obviously cybernetic. And both of them are glowing green. Rome is ready to speak to you. He said that you have a surprise for him. I'd like to know what that surprise is.
You know what? The surprise is for Rome, not you.
Will you give me a quick charm check against 2 purple?
Sass check.
I feel it's worth saying that this is not an assassination attempt.
Am I able to? Not that,
That would
you
be
probably
surprising.
need it, but could I give you a assistance because Dash has known Rome in the past, so maybe he's kind of some sort of easing factor.
You definitely can add a boost to that, but I'd like to know what that assistance looks like.
So I guess depending on what Gal says, Dash is there by his side saying, look, I've known Rome for a very long time. He's been waiting for me. It'd be rude to keep him waiting. We need to speak with him as soon as possible. He gave us this job specifically, even though he didn't. Just trying to be some sort of like a reassurance to this person.
All right, and what does Gal's speech look like? How are you going to charm this assistant to allow you to continue on?
All right, listen here, buddy. We've been through a crap ton of stuff. We've fought a bunch of Rhodians, not him. We fought a bunch of Imperials. We got attacked by large cats. We've been through a lot, all for Rome, all for this guy, all for this thing we're about to give him. So at least give us this surprise.
Dash will also throw in that Rome loves surprises. to spoil the surprise.
All right, let's roll that charm check against 2 purples. You're right. Rome does like surprises. Follow me. So you guys follow him, and he takes you off of the ramp. And on this peninsula, it looks very similar to what you see in the picture there. It is obvious where he's taking to you is a crashed Carillion freighter that's on the ground. You can see it's been built around and creating, some sort of home base for this outpost of Rome's. They take you inside the ship. Inside is in much better condition than the outside of the ship. A lot of time and money has been spent repairing this, and takes you up to the upper levels to what was the bridge, but is no longer the bridge. The door opens. Rome is sitting at a desk, arms crossed. I'm ready for my surprise.
Well, okay.
We may have built this up too much now.
He loves surprises.
You told us to go find the Salinor, and guess what we did? But the problem is that with all that cool technology, you can't really fit it all onto our ship. It's tiny. Look at that thing. Pretend it's small. So we found something even better. What's better than all the cool technology? All the person that can make the cool technology. Ta!
Zesh does jazz hands behind Cortala.
Is that who I think it is? Is that Cortala?
Yes. Why don't you two have a very lengthy discussion about the two of you?
So, Cortala, I will talk to you about how we can make your work excel under Isotech. I need to have a conversation with my 4 friends here, but I will meet you at your quarters. And the assistant with the green eyes comes and kind of takes her arm, not in a real congenial way. She doesn't seem real excited about it. She says, "One moment, I just want to say one thing to my friends before we go." She walks over to Zesh, and she leans into Zesh's ears and she goes, "Keep this safe." And as she does that, she slips something into the inside of your jacket pocket.
Well, that's convenient.
And then she leaves with him.
Nice.
So I guess we need to talk about payment. This is not what I was expecting, but it is of value. I think originally we talked about 10,000 credits. Not quite sure. You have fulfilled the contract. Need a negotiation check from you, Gal. This is a biggie.
Okay.
It's going to be
Use the light
against
side, then.
2 red.
Okay.
Can we
You want
also
to flip a light?
assist?
I was gonna say we could. Is there any
Yeah.
way I can put Rome at
I knew I
ease or
should have
anyone else?
multi-classed to get that loom skill.
I'm sure he would appreciate that.
Yes, you can get a boost from Dash.
Okay.
And then we're going to flip a light side so you can upgrade it.
Yes, I did that
It'll
already.
be against 2 red.
That despair die was cocked. Reroll it.
Reroll.
Yeah.
So he says that to you, Gal. What do you say?
And we're still at 10,000. She's worth more than any amount of technology we could have brought. You know this. I know this. I know what a scientist is. I'm not dumb. No.
How do you want to use that advantage?
For Rome not to hate us.
So we'll cover the despair in a little bit.
Okay.
So Rome's quiet. He says, very well, 10,000 credits. But I want you to leave and leave now.
Was planning on it.
So he seat spins around. You see him reach under the cabinet and pulls out a suitcase, metal Star Wars-y suitcase. I'm going to escort you back to your ship with payment. Then I'm going to get off your ship, and I never want to see any of you again.
Fine by me.
Dash is gonna chime in and kind of say, "Rome, buddy, thought you'd be happy to see us. I mean, give a man a rancor, he'll eat for a month. Teach a man how to hunt a rancor, and he'll eat forever." As he's referring to
We
like
brought you
Cortella.
everything there was to bring.
And you're being paid for it, but based off of what I'm hearing, there's nothing left to salvage. It's my understanding that you guys destroyed all of the technology.
Time did that for us.
There was an invasion.
Take that up with Cortalla.
We didn't.
Oh, I will. Here, follow me. Let me take you to your ship.
Dash is severely offended.
How did he?
Rome steps up. He's got your the suitcase, which we presume has the credits in it. And the only thing that's a little strange is he seems to be slow walking, right? So it's like uncomfortably so, but you follow him. He takes you outside. The smell of the toxic lake, he just fills your nostrils. You can see all of the rusted, just junk everywhere, and he takes you along on the path up to where the ship is landed. The cargo is still, the ramp is still down. There's one more thing I want to talk about. Can we come onto the ship? And then I'll give you your payment.
Am I able to look at my sort of comlink? And I know we did it at on Chungala to try and tap into any sort of radio frequency that may be going on, looking for anything Imperial.
Sure. Let's do a computer's check.
What would you like for difficulty?
2 purple.
2 purple.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna go up to Rome.
Oh, let me see that case.
I'll give you the case when we get on the ship.
Yeah, Dash is
The
very...
case doesn't come onto the ship until we see what's in it.
This is not how Rome normally acts.
All right, so you look at your pad, and there doesn't seem to be any type of communications going on or off of Rome or anywhere close.
Okay.
So that's good. You want to convince him to open the case. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yeah.
Can I pass boost
You can.
with those advantage? Thank you.
How many advantages did you have?
2.
2.
All right, so it's going to give 2 boosts. And let's go ahead and let's do... What skill do I want you to use?
Coercion.
Yeah, let's do coercion.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 2 difficulty?
That's going to be against his 2 red.
Okay.
But you do get a boost from Dash.
Yes. 1 or 2?
2 red is the difficulty.
1 or
And
2
then
boosts.
1 boost.
He had 2 advantages.
He had 2 boosts, I'm sorry.
Okay. He's very poised.
He turns the suitcase around. He pops both of the things. He opens it up. And there's 10,000 credits in there. Are you satisfied?
I'm going to shift around the credits to see if there's anything underneath them.
Nope, you see nothing else.
Looks fine.
He closes the case.
But
and brings
I'm
it
gonna be
back close
hovering
to his
over him
chest.
for the rest of. I'm just gonna like be hovering over
Sure.
his shoulder for the rest of the encounter.
So he walks up the ramp into the cargo hold, expecting you to be there. IT is back on the ship in the Corellian, back at the base. Once all 4 of you get to the cargo bay, Rome says, "Now, I want to apologize in advance. When I originally contracted you, I did not realize that what your situation was. Now understand, I'm a man who likes profit. Now I'm in a situation where you've brought me Kratala, who should prove very fruitful. But I did make a call. And again, I apologize in advance." And at that moment, the door to the leading further into the ship opens up. And we see somebody that we've seen before step out. Someone who's on the ship now. He's a Trandoshan man. About 6.5 feet tall. He
Why don't we
leans
ever
over
lock
the
this thing?
railing. He leans over the railing, looking down onto you from the cargo.
My ship has been in better shape, but I appreciate you returning it.
This isn't the Silent Hunter, it's the Endurance.
So Rome drops the credits, kind of backs away down the ramp.
Are we
As
letting
you
him go?
turn,
No.
Yeah.
No.
I was like B5. B5.
He is
go!
backing nowhere. He's backing into a large robot.
So he backs up into you and he goes, "My business with you is done."
Our business with you is not.
And in true Star Wars fashion, just off screen, we see the other bounty hunters board from behind, and we see the guns. So there's about 8 of them, all with guns aimed at you. Trex stands at the top, looks down at you.
Bargos is going to be very pleased.
I mean,
we
we've
fade
been
to
taking
black.
good care of him, so I would certainly hope so.
And we hear Zacia's speech go as the camera fades to black. Let's quickly go to the credits, and then we'll come back. We'll talk about wrapping up season 1. right. So 14 sessions. We started off with an adaptation of the beginner's game adventure. That then turned into doing an adaptation of the beginner's game for the beta of Edge of Empire. I was able to get my hands on that. So that's where we had the crate dragons. Then we rolled into an adventure called Beyond the Rim, which is a published adventure, and we kind of did our own take on it. We played it a lot different, but we kept the spirit of it. And would like to get a sense now that we are ending season 1, and just for everybody watching, we're going to probably take a couple months off, come back either late fall, early winter, and start with season 2. And we know exactly where we're going to open up with. There's a little bit of chatter happening during the credits, so I want to bring that in. So, DZ, you have some ideas of how you may want to open up the season 2 opener. So, what is B5 thinking he might do when we start playing again?
I mean, yeah, my first reaction is just to literally pick Rome up and throw him at all the bounty hunters that are coming up the ramp. But I think we're competing now with who gets to do what to Rome at this point. So whoever
Gal,
takes the first initiative slot, I guess.
And Doug, you had a thought. What were you thinking?
I was just gonna shoot him mid-sentence.
Okay, I'll throw him and you shoot him in the air.
So, I'd be real curious, Joe. What do you think if we were to look at a highlight reel of the of season 1 of the Good Scum and the Villainy? What do you think would we see in the highlight reel over these last 14 episodes?
Oh boy. For Zaish, like it's a bit harder. Like general things that have happened that have like really stuck with me. A lot of it is sort of like Gal lying in the most dramatic and worst way possible. Like lying for the sake of lying. I feel like that would play in a montage, yelling no at a couple of Rhodians. For Zaish specifically, one moment that always kind of sticks with me is like that first like athletics mechanics. Like I had absolutely zero right to succeed in that and did somehow.
Yeah. How about for Dash? What are the highlights? What are the highlights for you, Cody?
Oh man. Honestly, if I had to pick a certain moment, it would be Gal in, I don't know if that was session 1 or 2, where he just he totally didn't need to do anything, but he just wanted to make Trex's life worse, where he went up to the stormtroopers and lied, and it could have gone horribly wrong. Overall, I think it was me making this character out to be like a mechanic pilot, and him turning into John Wick, and I'm just like, I'm gonna roll with it, and we're gonna take some points in shooting, and we're gonna try and figure out why Dash is so good at shooting. So stay tuned for season 2.
Oh, that scene on the wheel where you just showed up and just cleaned house was just absolutely amazing.
There is a reason.
There's a reason. Okay, good. How about you, DC? What were your highlights?
Yeah, that scene was pretty good because that was also the scene where B5 discovered his love of punching arms off. Which I just want to see that bounty hunter again at some point, and I really want her to have a robot arm. Just to like fulfill, just to pay that off for me. But yeah, another thing that sticks out to me, for I'm not exactly sure why, but it's Dash completely obliterating that bantha. I think it's also a scene where B5 got to show how much he cares about living creatures, ideally if they don't need to be killed, which was also kind of a through line. I
was
wish
a
I
nice
had
touch on your part.
I wasn't sure how much time we were going to get with Cortala before. I kind of like, some part of me thought that after we'd brought her here and she talked to Rome, that we would be taking her back to the rest of the refugees. I guess I was being naive as B5 was, because now I lost my chance to have her put this Nexu arm on me. So I'm gonna have to find somebody else to do that now.
I love that you're gonna put a arm on your.
And I better be allowed to at least try. And also B5 actually disarming Gal when it was firing at what turned out to be a stupid Force Ghost anyway. But that starting the whole betrayal sequence.
So, Doug, getting 14 sessions of any game going is an accomplishment. I can count on one hand how many times I've had the same people play the same game for as long as we have. For you, what were some of the highlights for season 1?
I think everyone covered most of them. I got to enjoy lying for the hell of it. I really enjoyed shooting that TIE pilot in the back of the head. That was fun. Everyone got to react to that. The betrayal was really fun to role play. He's still mad about that. Yeah. And just how terrifying Dash is. Where like a Gal thinks he's really good at shooting, and he just never did very well in any of the combats. Whereas, unassuming Dash, the pilot, can just obliterate people if he tries. And then getting to watch Zace go crazy, and now we're starting a book club.
Yes.
So I'd be curious.
That's where he learned all those words.
Let's assume that at the beginning of season 2, you guys get out of this situation alive. Where is the crew headed? That's true. Where do you think the crew's headed? What are some goals that your characters have or the crew has as kind of a go forward?
We know mine.
Immediate
we want a robot Nexu arm.
Yes.
Once
I have a robot Nexu arm. I want it attached.
Okay. Immediate goal.
Go ahead, Doug.
Is to march right back there and take our scientists back. Those ungrateful bastards.
Yeah.
And then get into some shenanigans. Maybe drink a bunch and get into trouble somewhere else. Collect a few more bounties.
Out of hut space, maybe.
Let's just go party for 3 weeks.
How fast can we blow through these credits? Yeah. Let's maybe get the ship repaired.
You can do it. You're fine.
How about for you, Cody? What are some goals, do you think? Or Zaish? Go ahead, Joe.
Zaish's immediate, the goal after we deal with these bounty hunters is, that's it. This is this chapter of his life, running away from bounty hunters and getting involved in crime and stuff. That's done. He's just figuring, okay, once we get out of this, I can go live my life peacefully on some far off planet away from all of these shenanigans. Maybe the Empire will crumble, all this kind of stuff, all this extremely hopeful stuff that is inevitably not going to happen. Joe has some things that he would like Zaish to do, but we'll kind of see how that all pans out.
I'd be curious to know what Zaish is thinking or wants to do with what's in his jacket.
Zaish thinks it is a cute curiosity that he wants to keep safe for Kotala. We have ruined this lady's life enough. This is one thing that Zaish can do, is keep a hold of this.
She was marooned.
Other people around us
was already
ruined
ruined.
her life.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't exactly help. It wasn't
last but
kidnapping,
not least,
I'll admit.
It wasn't us.
How about for you, Cody? What are some goals, or where do you envision this crew going next?
I think Dash may have gotten wronged by Rome in the past, possibly, but due to Rome being one of his only employers, he kind of looked past that, and now that it's happened a second time, he just wants revenge on Isotech.
Yeah.
He wants to
Oh.
see it burn. And Dash's
All right.
Dash's dark side may may come out.
Very, very nice. Very, very
Maybe
nice.
we'll find
Well,
ourselves
guys, this
in
was
Cloud
this was a
City and
blast.
meet. Yeah, thanks so much for running.
Yeah, we got
the
to
whole
think about
thing,
the
Craig.
crossover event, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. So real quick, a couple plugs. So as we're watching
what about
this,
XP?
we're doing this. Oh, let's do XP. Yeah, 20 apiece across the board.
Yay!
All right. Next streams. So this coming Thursday, the 15th of July, is going to be Forbidden Lands. That's at 8 p.m. And then on July 29th, you get a chance to see Cody in action again. So July 29th at 9 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be debuting our Fear Itself game, which is a wonderful horror game by Robin D. Laws. And if you have not listened to the interview that I did with Robin, you should. It came out last week on the Tabletop Talk podcast. A true giant in the industry. It's a name that you hear constantly being come up as we talk to other designers. What an impact that Robin has had on the industry. A huge innovator, and I have been looking and looking for a game that truly captures the horror movie like feel. And there's a lot of horror games out there. I'm a huge fan of Call of Cthulhu, but there's something very unique about the mechanics of Fear Itself that I think is going to allow us to really capture that horror movie. So I hope to see a lot of you 2 weeks on the 29th. Plugs. Let's start off with you, Doug.
Hi. I run a podcast called Steam Powered Scoundrels, dedicated completely to Malifaux. And we pretty much we're Galucia, the podcast, pretty much. So if you just want some fun, some humor, some tangentially related to a minis game, I guess, content, then come check us out. Oh, also come check out my wife in Fear Itself.
That's right, for the debut of Victoria, who she is also going to be playing with us. I'm super excited about that, Doug. I've been dying to have her in one of my games, so super tickled that she was available. Joe, you've got a podcast.
Yeah, a lot of my stuff is kind of on hiatus right now, but if you are a fan of anime or a fan of people yelling at media, maybe check out WTF Anime. I, being the knowledgeable host who has watched anime, and my co-host Travis, who hasn't watched a lot of anime and gets very mad at it. It's a lot of fun, and I hope to return to it very soon. But
I've been meaning to ask you this, Joe. What is your gut feeling about the live-action Cowboy Bebop that's in production?
Oh, well, I always hold live action remakes in a sort of nebulous space of always hoping it will be good. A lot of things I've heard about it give me hope, but I tamper my hope very steadily. Like a lot of people involved with it, I'm a fan of, and I like the direction that it looks like it's going. But again, I don't like to get too excited about things that are coming out.
If they can capture the heart of that show, it would just be unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Because that, if you've never watched Cowboy Bebop, it's just fantastic. And it's one of the few shows that I think you can watch multiple times and it just gets better because you pick up more and more on it. It's just one of my all-time favorites. Cody, do you have any shout outs or plugs?
No, just plug to the Fear Itself. Shout out to me trying to do a Russian accent. We'll see how it goes. And
that's going to be the real horror.
Yeah, exactly. Dirty American. And join the Malifaux Discord. We just put out a Malifaux Discord, so join that if you're a Malifaux player. See all the hot tips.
From what I understand, everybody's getting along real well on the Malifaux Discord.
Yeah.
No disagreements.
Yeah.
All right. Last but not least, DZ, do you have any plugs or shout outs?
It's not official yet. I've been contemplating doing some dramatic readings of some Malifaux content, but
Nice.
We'll see if and when I get around to that.
Ooh, I did not know about that. That's exciting.
There's a very narrow space that isn't covered in Breachside Broadcast and the other podcasts that may have some potential, but we'll see.
Very, very cool. All right. Last but not least, I want all of us to give the big thumbs up to Nick Westbrook, the Nick Westbrook, who's been our secret GM and running the stream for us for several episodes now. We appreciate what you do, Nick. And for those of you that watched,
yeah, and
all
also
of you
Craig.
that watched, oh, thank you.
Thank you, Craig.
Yeah, this is a huge undertaking. So stop talking for a second so we can say thank you. For playing all the stuff and-
You're welcome. I've been having a ton of fun, and
Yeah,
I look
same.
forward to the break, and I really look forward to coming back.
Yeah.
I think it's a perfect bookend for us, and it'll be an action-packed opener, which I think is exciting. All right, 14 episodes, and if you're sitting and watching this right now, and you watched all 14 episodes, that's pretty awesome of you. So I appreciate you watching.